Welcome to our latest media room transformation. We've taken an unused and very simple living room and turned it into an incredible Meridian Audio 5.1 home cinema system. As you can see, this is quite a bit different to our normal fixed cinema rooms. She's 6.5 meters wide by 6 meters deep. We've got retractable screen, retractable projector, speakers, as you can see, front and left and right. We've hidden the center speaker, I'll explain that in a minute, and we've got the rears at the back with a subwoofer in the corner. So this is a multi-use space where we haven't got complete control over all the natural lighting in the room, and also a lot of the equipment is hidden away out of sight when it's not being used. A dedicated cinema room, you would normally have complete control over all the lighting in the room, and you would have a lot more acoustic treatment in the room to make it sound as accurate as possible. So the first thing we did, took all the furniture out, put that into storage for the customer, so it's out of the way, nice and safe. Then it was timber. So we brought a load of timber in, dropped the ceiling down, because that allows us to build this coffer to house the lighting, and also to put in the drop-down projector screen and the drop-down projector lift. That is a beast of a screen. Like I said, 2.8 meters wide, screen research, acoustically transparent, 3-man lift just to get it up and secured into place. So in here we've got a drop-down projector lift. This centre speaker we've had hidden behind a custom-made acoustically transparent piece of artwork for the customer. We haven't though hidden the left and rights. Simple reason for that is they are these stunning Meridian Audio 8Ks painted in a custom Porsche grey to match the customer's car. Let's go and look how these are actually made. Welcome to the Meridian Audio factory. What we're going to do is go through this entire process and show you how we make the electronic components and the cabinetry and bring them all together to make these incredible speakers. Before we can do that though, we've got to get our sexy lab coats on and see what happens.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Let's look at how these cabinets are actually constructed. This is a multi-layered construction. Look at that. You've got 3 layers of ply and aluminium in there, and then it's coated on the inside with this resin. And the whole point of this is to make the cabinets as inert as possible. So when you listen to it on a film or music, you're hearing what the director intended, not what the cabinet sounds like. Let's show you how all the components are put together on this PCB. This is in essence a giant pizza. This is our dough, and it goes from here. Our tomato paste in this instance is solder. That gets put onto it here. From down here, we then have our pick and place machines. These can choose from over 700 different components and are placed precisely where they need to be. If you've got a real specific component, let's say you wanted dried truffle on your pizza, that's kept in a drying cabinet. That keeps all the impurities of the air out of it until it's needed at the very last moment. It then goes into the most complicated pizza oven I've ever seen, where it's not one temperature, but multiple temperatures for different points throughout the process, depending on what needs to happen, before it comes out as a final board. From here, it goes on to quality control. Here we are on the final loudspeaker assembly, and this is where they do all of those last little bits, from putting in the drive units, the electronics, the glass on the front, the speaker feet, things like that. Electronics will go in the back here, and drive units will go in there. As you can see, this is a beautifully finished cabinet, and I'm not touching it. 8 layers of paint on that has. That is the wadding that will go behind the speakers, and all the wiring that's been put in already. And this is the finished unit with the electronics in the back, the driver's in, it's got feet on, glass on the front. They've also done polarity testing here for speakers, and the whole thing is now ready to go off to packaging. The coving is the Orca coving. We've got 2 styles. We've got the standard at the back, and then this is the LED type, which means we can put LED tape in the top of it to give this lovely diffused lighting effect. While that was happening off-site, the cabinets were being built by our cabinet maker to house all the equipment, and also the shelves at the back with all their braces were being built. This room, we really went to town on the customization of it. One of the things that we did was make these solid oak shelves, and to make them float with the weight of not only the shelf but also the speaker, we've had metal bars welded up and made, and then they're bolted onto the wall. The speakers are the 5200s, again doing the Porsche grey, and we've got RGB white lighting built into every shelf, all controlled through the Control 4 and DMX. Once we had the coffer ceiling built, we brought in and had all the decorating done, so that's all the cabling in place for speakers. Because don't forget, these are Meridian, which means they're active speakers. So instead of standard speaker cable, they've all got digital links to them. So it's Cat6 cable as well as digital audio cable to them. Once that's all in place, plastering came in, got it all plastered, smoothed down, and then called on the services of Matt Cav at Cavanaugh's Decorating to come in and paint it this beautiful Farrow and Ball paint. Once that was done, it was time to bring back in to fit the lighting. So we fitted these beautiful light fittings that the customer supplied, as well as fitting the shelves, all the lighting in that, and all the lighting into the coffer. We wanted to control the lighting in this room through Control 4, but we also wanted a traditional switch on the wall, not a Control 4 keypad. This is Buster and Punch's one gang switch. So what we've done, we've taken a feed from that into the Control 4 system, so when they walk in the room, it activates a scene. But check how smooth that is. At the moment, it just comes onto a nice bright white. And when you're finished, it's a normal off and you leave the room. For the equipment in this room, you didn't want a traditional big black metal rack, so we've had them built into the custom cabinets. So running down in here, we've got a Meridian 722 HDMI switcher, the new Kaleidoscope server and player, Apple TV, Control 4 with the Core 1 processor, it's their brand new range, is running the whole show. Space for a skybox, should they wish to have that in the future. Oppo Blu-ray player, which is, if any of you know, is an unfortunate company that went out of business, but a fantastic audio and video players, space for any additional equipment, and some networking. This obviously links to the audio rack. This has got the Meridian kit in it. So at the top, we have an 818. This is the 2-channel audio processor. We've then got the 861, which is the multi-channel audio processor. And underneath that, we have the Nucleus Room, which is a high quality music storage and streaming system. You've got to have somewhere to put your AV equipment, but it doesn't have to be a big metal box. If you're a little bit clever, a little bit of thought, you can hide them into something really quite attractive. All in all, we're delighted with this room. We think it looks incredible, and to go from what was a very nice but quite a simple room to this beautifully designed, incredible sounding space with this brilliant equipment, we're really delighted with it. So hope you've enjoyed this tour. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow us for more updates. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.